Yes, he is.
Nobody does care. He said all the right things. Stephen A., Shedeur taking fewer reps, do you think that's a bad sign?
No, not at all. It's too early for all of that. He just arrived. He's a rookie. And by the way, while you're looking at him, you also want to see what Dillon Gabriel will bring to the table, along with others. Kenny Pickett is on this squad. He's relatively young, even though I don't think that he's the face of the franchise for the future. Okay, of course, Joe Flacco is an experienced veteran. You got him there as a security blanket. You should have had him there last year, okay? But when I look at Shedeur Sanders, I mean, when you consider what he did, his career completion percentage is the best in the FBS, more than 71% for his career. He completed 74% of his passes last year, despite being sacked about 42 times. Okay, 90 plus times over the 2 years that he was at Colorado. The brother can play, but what you drafted him in the fifth round, 144th overall. We all know how bogus that was. We know that there's more to it than just his football skill. But him being there, you want to test a lot of things about Shedeur Sanders. And most of it, of course, his skill set is one thing because you want to make sure he can play on this level, but his temperament, there's a willingness to hit, not ability, because we know he has the ability, but his willingness to handle adversity. There's willingness, you want to see if you're the Browns, how he's going to react to not being with the first team, all right, not being QB1 and taking a step back. You want to see how he's going to react while they're taking a look at Dillon Gabriel. You want to see what his temperament is like and what have you because of all the things that have been said about him. So I don't have a problem with it at all. I thought he gave perfect answers yesterday. But more importantly, Cleveland testing him this way doesn't bother me either because what you're trying to do is cement what you believe you already know about his character, not just his play. And I think that it's good for a young person in his position to be put through those tests because ultimately you're going to be tested. So why not start from scratch and try to test him now?
Yeah, look, they've set themselves up pretty well, I believe, in the present, in the short term. And they also have a safety net, and they have a lot of options for the long term. They have next year, namely the pick that they're going to get from Jacksonville is probably going to be a high pick. So yeah, Cleveland's sitting in a good spot, theoretically. As it relates to Shedeur, look, I agree with Steven. I agree that they are trying to test him right now, whether that is purposefully or, secondarily, they are testing him right now. They're testing his resilience. They're testing his stick-to-itiveness. They're testing his ability to be intrinsically motivated to continue to stay in the book when I can tell you this, you're sitting over there during mini camps and OTAs right now. You're seeing a guy who was drafted 2 rounds ahead of you take reps with the ones when you're sitting there going, I'm better than that guy. I'm better than Dillon Gabriel, and I'm not getting the reps. They're going to be watching you. Scouts are watching you. The GM's watching you. Owners are watching you. They're seeing your body language. They're seeing how you are when you go in the huddle and you do get a couple reps. They're seeing how you execute, how you get on with the rest of the teammates, how you walk into the locker room, whether you're the guy who's first into your weightlifting session, whether you're a guy who's early into treatment, are you in the film room watching extra tape. They're evaluating all that right now when he's not the man. He's not being treated as the man. No one cares about what you did in Colorado anymore. They're testing him. And he's taking the perfect approach. He's taking the perfect approach. He's saying, look, I got to maximize every single thing that I do here. The great Tom Brady used to talk about it the same way when he went to New England as a 5th round pick. I had to maximize everything. And when he does, that earns you more reps. Because in the end, I'll tell you this, as a pure quarterback, of everyone who they have on their roster right now, I do believe that Shedeur is the best player. But he's not going to be able to show that right away. And what Cleveland is saying is, are you willing to play the long game with us and bide your time? Are you still willing to do the right things? And if they do it organically, if they do it fairly, he'll win the job eventually at some point in time. I really do believe that. But there's a lot of things he's going to have to navigate first. Look, Travis is a freak. We'll see what happens.
And then finally, if I said Shedeur Sanders is going to be QB1 before November, is that ridiculous?
That's not ridiculous as long as, again, the opportunities, he earns the opportunities to get to log more play time with the ones so people can reasonably project that he would be someone who is worthy of being the starting quarterback. If he doesn't ever get those opportunities, then who knows what's going to happen here. This is on Shedeur and it's on Kevin Stefanski as well to go ahead and make sure that this all works together. And look, I'll tell you what though, after that beginning of the season, hey man, they may say, hey look, just put him out there because we have just as good a shot with him as anyone else.
Perhaps. You're looking at the most difficult strength of schedule in the league to start the year. By the way, games 7, 8, and 9 are all against the AFC East, the Dolphins, the Patriots, and the Jets, which might be a little easier stretch. As for Shedeur, this is what he said yesterday about his approach to minicamp.
Just a mindset, just an adjustment. You got to go and understand the situation that you're in and be able to approach that and get the best out of it. You could view things as you're not getting reps in a negative way, or you could view it as, okay, when's my time to get out there? So there's no excuses, because when you get out there, nobody cares how many reps you got. Whenever you get in the game, nobody cares if you took a snap before. You know, like everybody cares about production. So that's the main thing. When you get out there, you got to be able to produce.
Okay, so let's do this, Mike T. I'm putting it in Waze or Google Maps. You can plan a drive. So take me through the route. Shedeur Sanders, from where he is to being the starting quarterback of the Cleveland Browns. What are the directions?
We're parallel tracking, so you should have Waze and Maps up at the same
Either one, I got them both.
Okay, stack one good day on top of the next, and then get in preseason games, play really well, and then after those first 4 games, if I'm Kevin Stefanski, what I'm thinking about is we got to win games today, but we got to develop for tomorrow. This is a guy that legitimately could be a frontline starting quarterback by October 1st, get through the really difficult schedule we're looking at, and then let him go. But he has to earn the trust and credibility of his teammates. They can't just indiscriminately throw him out there because he's Shedeur Sanders. I think he'll earn it because he has enough ability, and I would do that by October 1st.
Over the last 40 years, the only quarterback drafted in the 4th round or later who wound up starting his team's opener was Dak Prescott in Dallas in 2016. So every quarterback who's ever been picked in the 4th round or later has been unable to win his team's starting quarterback job on opening day. And the overwhelming chances are that Dillon Gabriel, the Browns' 4th round pick, and Shedeur Sanders, the Browns' 5th round pick, will not be starting on opening day, and it will be either Joe Flacco or Kenny Pickett. That the rookies will need some sort of break, the team losing games, the injury to a veteran, before they somehow get an opportunity. And it's important to note that the Browns are set up that if it doesn't go well this year, they have their 1st round draft pick, and they have the Jacksonville Jaguars 1st round draft pick. In a quarterback-rich draft in 2026, the Browns already have 2 ones.
Look, the Browns are easy to kick around. We all do it all the time, Louis. But I think specifically with regards to the quarterback situation, it's a pretty good little setup. You got a couple of veterans. Either one of them might work out, be your bridge quarterback. You got 2 young guys that have some upside. Let's see if one of them winds up winning the job. And if not, as Shefty and Mike T have pointed out, you got the